Hi people, welcome all. Welcome to the Makenow Academy's first day of HTML class. Okay, so today we'll be looking into all the we'll be starting with HTML course of web development. So today we'll be keeping it very basic, like what is HTML and all we'll be discussing. So what I'll be going to cover and what are the things I'll be sharing my screen and I'll be letting you know what are all those that are there. So let me share my screen before starting. I hope my screen is visible. Yeah. Okay, fine. So let me open the syllabus. So this is a 5 day, like HTML will be covering in 5 days. Okay. So this will be the first class for HTML course, and we'll be covering the entire HTML course will be for 5 days duration. After that, we'll be going with the project. Okay. After that, after completion of the 5 days, we'll be going with the project. So in the this session, I'll be starting and I'll be covering for some part of the time, like around 45 minutes, 40 to 45 minutes, I'll take the class. After that, and during this session, like you'll be on mute. So once the session is done, once I'm done with my class, then I'll be allowing you to unmute. You can unmute yourself and you can ask if you are having any kind of doubts. Okay. So this is the course syllabus. This is the course syllabus. Today we'll be looking into these topics. So today we'll be looking into introduction. What is HTML? What are the needs and uses of HTML? Who and when it was discovered? Okay. What is the HTML environment that we require? HTML components. So these things we'll look into it today. Let me copy this one. Okay. And I'll be using WebStorm for writing this HTML code. Okay. So you can also download. Okay. You can also download from the website where you'll be having WebStorm. Just type search for WebStorm IDE. You can just download that WebStorm here. So it is a 1 month it will be there, 1 month package it is. So after 1 month trial period, you need to uninstall it again, and you can log in with the different mail ID and you can just use it for another 1 month. Or if you don't want to do that, you can also use a Visual Studio Code. Okay, you can also bring Visual Studio Code where you need to have a live server and a Visual Studio. That's it. Okay, if you have that also, that will be good. But in this class, I'll be using WebStorm. So first thing is, before starting, let us make a setup first. Let us make the setup for the HTML course. Okay. Yeah. So I'll create a folder here. New folder. So HTML. Web batch. Okay. HTML web batch. I have created this folder. So I'll open my WebStorm. This is the first page that will be visible. Okay, this is the first page that will be visible after logging in, signing in, everything is done. WebStorm, this will be the first page. If you are using Visual Studio also, this will be the first page for you. This will be the first page. So whether it is that one, Visual Studio or WebStorm, create a new project, or else open a new project. Open a project. Click on open and select the folder that you have created. Go to the desktop. So I have created this folder, right? Select that and just click on open. So trust project. This will be loaded. Okay, this will be loaded. Now, let me create a file inside it. Let me create a HTML.html file. So I'm just making a small setup first before starting. So 01 day 1. So 01 day 1 dot 01 day 1 I have given. So it has created the HTML file. Okay. Let me remove everything what is there. So let us start. Yeah. So let us start with the coding. Like let us start with the HTML. So this is day 1 of HTML course. Okay, today we'll be covering all these topics. Okay, so before starting into the topics, before diving into the topics, what is HTML actually? What is HTML? What is HTML? Why do we have to learn this one? Before going to the what is HTML, learning all those things, why do we have to start with this course, HTML course? See, if you're choosing a career called HTML, like web development, or else if you are choosing any kind of a CSE person or any kind of a programmer, you can take it, which is who is linked with the HTML, which is who is linked with the websites. Okay, every person will be starting with the basic is HTML. Okay, basic course is HTML. They'll be starting. If you want to design a website, if you want to develop a website, if you want to become a web developer or an app developer, any kind of a development, if you go through, okay, front end or UI, or you go through, every person will be knowing this HTML course. Okay, every person will be knowing this about this HTML. This will be if you want to become a web developer, you have to start with this HTML. You have to start with this HTML. What is the full form of HTML? It is hypertext markup language. Okay, it is hypertext markup language. What does it mean actually? What does it mean? What does hypertext means? What does this hypertext means? See, for example, just take go to Google Chrome. Okay, so go to Google Chrome, click on plus symbol. Okay, here type this, what you can say, Wikipedia. Go to Wikipedia. Go Wikipedia India and click on this link. Click on this link. Now, if I click on this multilingual, there is a highlighted symbol. You can just click on it. If you click on this multilingual, it will go to another page. It will open another page. Again, if I click on this language, it will go to another page. Okay, if I want to come back, what I'll do, I'll just give come back button. It will come back. It will come back here. Again, if I click on this some other link, some other hypertext, if I click on it, some of the text, if I click on it, so it will be mapping up to each and every different pages. So, okay, this mapping up is done by this mapping up one page to another page, another page to another page. Okay, linking between the pages is nothing but hypertext. So, okay, it is done by the using of hypertext. This is done by the use of hypertext. And the markup language means linking up these pages we are using this linking up pages, right? We are linking pages by pages. We are linking that pages by using some tags. So we'll be linking those pages by using some tags. Okay, we'll be using some tags and we'll be linking these pages. So that is what means hypertext markup language. So creating a web page. Okay, a page which was created a page or a web page which was created by usage of tags is known as okay, the page which was created by the usage of tags. So the tags language is known as markup language. Okay, it is known as markup language. And this connection, the connections that we are making by usage of the tags is nothing but hypertext. The connection that we are making is nothing but we are achieving it by using the hypertext. Or hypertext means linking between one page to another page. And the markup language, the linkage, how we are bringing it, we are creating that link by using some tags. Okay, those tags are nothing but which will be written in the markup language. The tags are nothing but written in the markup language. So this is what meant by hypertext. Hypertext markup language means. Hypertext markup language means. Now, so why do we have to create this? Why do we have to use it? Why do we have to use this HTML? Why there are no other programming languages or what? Like, why do we have to use this HTML? So you can, why we use this HTML? Because we can create web pages. We can create static web pages. Okay, we can create static web pages. What do you mean by static web pages in the sense of, for example, you want to design a calculator using a web page. Take an example saying that you want to design a calculator. Example. There is an example, take an example that you have created a website to, you have designed a website which does the calculation, to does the calculation. You will be able to design the calculator. You will be able to design the calculator by using HTML and CSS. Okay, by using HTML and CSS, you will be able to design the calculator. By using HTML and CSS, you'll be able to design the calculator, but you will not be able to perform the calculation. Okay, you will not be able to perform the calculation. So it will be that why? Because you can achieve only static web pages. That means there won't be any conversation with the user and the web page. There won't be any conversation between the user and the web page. If you ask any question, it won't be able to give back the answer. The static web pages are, if you ask and if you perform any action, it will not reply back with some other action. It will not reply back with some other action. Okay, so if you want the web page to be in, reply to your action, that is called dynamic web page. Okay, that is called dynamic web page. Dynamic web page, we will be able to do the calculations. Okay, we'll be able to do the calculations using this calculator. Okay, we'll be adding JavaScript. That is nothing but that can be achieved by using JavaScript. Okay, so that is what we will be able to create the static web pages. Okay, we will be able to create the static web pages. And this is the, why do we have to learn it? Because it is a foundation. HTML, it is a framework. It is a framework which contains, it is a framework which contains more than 300 plus language characteristics. Sorry, not that one. So it is a language okay, which can be executed, in any platform. Like it is platform independent. Okay, so like if you just execute your code, like if you have written for example, you have designed a website. Okay, that same website can be loaded in another place also. Like you can share that link, or you can share that code, so that can be executed in another laptop also. It is not like that you should be wherever you have written the code, in that platform itself you have to execute it. It is not like that. It can be it is a language which can be executed in any platform. Like if you have written in one mission, you can take that same code to another mission and you can execute it. It is a platform independent, and it is not a programming language. It is just a scripting language. Okay, it is not a programming language. Using this Java, using this HTML, you will not be able to perform the applications. You will not be able to design the you will not be able to design the applications. Okay, but you will be able to create the web pages, which you can see the web page. Okay, which you can see it. Okay, so that is what scripting language means. Okay, now what is the need and uses of this website? Why do we have to use it? What are the needs and uses of the web page? Just give me a moment, people. Yeah. So like I said, what are the needs and uses of a web page? Uses of HTML. Just give me one moment. Yeah. So like I was saying, what is the need of the what need and uses of website? This HTML is like you will be able to design the we can design the static web pages. Okay, so using this, like you can design the static web pages using this HTML course. Okay, using this HTML, we will be able to you will be able to design the static web pages, and you can also by you after integrating, you can integrate it with integrate the HTML with other web languages. Like you can other web languages in the sense we can integrate with CSS, JavaScript, okay, Bootstrap. Okay, you can integrate with JavaScript, Bootstrap, Ajax. Okay, multiple are there, etc. We can integrate it with any kind of a web pages, and you can design a landing pages also. Like it is what is the use of it means, you can create a static web page. You can integrate with HTML, CSS, HTML with CSS or JavaScript. Okay, it is supported in all the browsers. Okay, it is supported in all the browsers. Like it is like you can just create, you can just load it in Google Chrome. Okay, there is no, you can just load it in Google Chrome, Safari. Okay, and also Firefox. Multiple platforms are there where you can load it, and you can also okay, you can code it in anywhere. You can code the HTML in any browser, like in any editor, and load it in any browser. Okay, we can load it in any editor. Like editors are nothing but where you will be writing the code. Notepad, in Notepad, you can also write it in the Notepad, or else you can write it in any WebStorm, Visual Studio. Multiple platforms are there where we can write this HTML code, and we can load that HTML page in any browser. Like it is not like that. It can be loaded in only one or two websites, one or two browsers. It can be loaded in any platform. So these are the needs and uses of HTML. Now, who created it? It was created by the Berners-Lee. It was created by the Berners-Lee in 1900 and 1992. 1992. Berners-Lee created this in 1992. Okay, 1992. So at that time, it was introduced as HTML 1.0. Okay, later it was discovered like HTML next version, updated version 2 came, HTML 3 came. So multiple updates versions came. And right now we are using HTML 5th version. HTML 5th version latest. So what is the difference between the first version and the 5th version is? What is the difference between the first version and 5th version is? In the first version, Okay, so they have used, they have designed it with using the sum of the tags. Okay, they have used, they have created the HTML with some tags. Okay, later in the updated versions, like in the coming versions, they have included little bit more tags. Like they have included, they have introduced more and more tags. Okay, they have introduced more and more tags. So what is the tag and everything we'll discuss in the coming, like in the next few minutes. We'll discuss it. What is a tag and all? We'll discuss it. Okay, so this HTML in the first stage, when it was launched, it has few tags. Around 30 to 40 tags used to be there. In the coming latest versions, the tags has been increased. The tags has been increased, and various features has been added to the HTML. Various features has been added to the HTML. Okay, now coming to the next one, what is the environment that we require to execute or to write this code? Okay, what is the environment that we require to design a HTML website? To design a HTML website, we need two things. One is an editor, we need it, and the second one is a browser. We just need only an editor and a browser. We need only these two to write our code and to execute it. Okay, we need only these two to write our code and execute it. Okay, so the first one is, what is the editor means? Where you will be writing the code. Editor is nothing but where you will be writing the code. So in this class or in this course, we'll be using WebStorm. I'll be using WebStorm. Other than that, you can use Visual Studio. You can use a Visual Studio. Sublime is there. Sublime software is there. Notepad is there. Notepad++ is there. Notepad++. So multiple platforms are there where you can write the code. Okay, where you can write the code, and you need a browser. You need any kind of a browser. At least it might be Google Chrome. It can be Google Chrome, Safari, or it can be Firefox, Opera. So any kind of a browser you need it. Okay, it can be anything. It can be anything. You just need a browser. Okay, you just need a browser to write the code and execute. To write the code and execute, you just need a browser. That's it. You just need a browser and an editor. You need a browser and an editor. Now, next, coming to the next one, what is the components? What are the HTML components? So coming to this HTML components, okay, coming to the HTML components, the first thing is this HTML completely. Okay, the entire HTML, the completely, like I said previously, it is of tags. Completely HTML is of tags. There will be around 50 to 100 tags will be there. Okay, 50 to 100. Why? Because there are some important tags which are around 50 will be there. Okay, there are some tags which you are like just to know purpose, like there are not much importance are there, but so around 50 to 100 tags will be there. If you learn all these tags, your entire HTML is done. Okay, if you learn all these tags, your entire HTML is done. So what is a tag? So what is the tag? So entire HTML will be written using the tags only. Okay, entire HTML code, entire HTML code will be designed using only tags. Okay, using only tags. What is a tag first? So there are two types of tags. Paired tag, and second one is unpaired tag. Okay, one is paired tag and the second one is unpaired tag. What do you mean by paired tag means? So paired tag will be looking like this. Okay, so tag name, content, and the closing tag. Okay, so the paired tag will be having, this is an opening tag. Okay, this is an opening tag. This is an opening tag. And this is a closing tag. Okay, paired tag is nothing but paired. There are two types of tags. One is paired tag and the other one is unpaired tag. In paired tag, the tag will be having both opening tag and a closing tag. Okay, opening part will be there and the closing part will be there. In between, there will be a content. Okay, for example, if you want to display a name, okay, if you want to display a name, okay, if you want to display a name on the browser, so I want to display hello world. I want to display hello world. We'll be using a tag called h1 tag. So whatever it might be anything, it is not like you'll be using only h1 tag. So we'll be defining it in this way. Okay, this is an example. Okay, this is just for example. We'll see in between, in detail, we'll see one by one. So whenever you want to display the hello world, whenever you want to display the hello world on your web page, so what you will do, you'll write a tag. You'll write a tag with the so the tag name is, for example, one tag name is h1 tag here. H1 it is. So it will be having opening tag. This is the opening tag and this is the closing tag. Okay, this is the opening tag and this is the closing tag. In between, we have the content that we want to display. Okay, in between, we have the content that we want to display. So this is known as paired tag. This is known as paired tag. Likewise, in the same way, we do have unpaired tags also. Okay, unpaired tags also we have, which will be having only opening tag will be there. Only opening tag will be there. For example, BR tag, like for example, BR tag is there. So BR will be having only opening tag. Likewise, in the same way, break tag, which is nothing but break tag, and horizontal ruler tag will be there, which is also having will be having only opening tag itself. Okay, so for in this paired tags, we have multiple examples like h1 tag, h2 tag. Okay, h2 tag is there. Okay, division tag is there. Multiple tags are there, which will be having the paired tags. And the tag which doesn't have the closing tag is nothing but unpaired tag. Okay, so this is what the paired tag and unpaired tag. Next, coming to the next part. What is the structure of the HTML? What is the structure of the HTML? We'll see that structure. Okay, before going to that, this entire tag is known as element. Okay, this entire tag is nothing but element. Okay, this entire line is known as element. This part only is known as opening tag. This part only is known as closing tag, and this part is only known as content. In between, whatever you write it, that is known as content. Okay, so this is not for every closing tag. For every closing tag, there will be a slash symbol. Okay, for every closing tag, there will be a slash symbol. Now, let us look into the structure of the HTML. Structure of HTML. What is the structure of HTML? How to write the HTML code? So whenever you are going to write the HTML code, okay, whenever you are going to write the HTML code, so let me just give the, okay, so this will be the structure for it. Okay, this will be the structure for the HTML code. This will be the structure for the HTML code. So the HTML code will be always whatever the entire code will be there in a tag called the entire code will be enclosed between in between the, okay, the entire code, whatever the HTML code that you're going to write it, the entire code will be enclosed between the HTML tag. Okay, if you observe it here, this is the structure of it. Okay, this is the structure of the HTML tag. So if you observe carefully, so if I remove this one, so the entire code is written in this between the HTML opening tag and the HTML closing tag. So in between itself, you have to write the entire code, whatever the code that you are going to write it. In between itself, you need to write it. Okay, in between this tag itself, HTML opening tag and HTML closing tag, in between this tag itself, you have to write it. So let me remove this one. So you'll be able to understand it, like HTML Okay, so entire code should be written in between this HTML tag itself. Okay, this is the first part. And inside this tag, we'll be having two tags again. So one is body tag, and the other one is header tag. Okay, one is body tag and the other one is header tag. Okay, the HTML will be having again inside it, it will be having two parts. Okay, inside it will be having two parts. One is header part and the other one is body part. Okay, the HTML tag has two parts. One is header part, header tag, and the other one is body tag. One is header tag and the other one is body tag. So what is this header tag and the body tag? So like I said, this HTML tag will be having entire code. So header tag will be having, and inside this header tag it will be having, okay, inside this header tag it will be having the specifications of the web page. Okay, the specifications of the web page. So whatever the page that you are going to create it. Okay, if you are going to create a website, so what are the specifications? What like specifications like what are the colors that you need to be used? Colors, specifications in the sense, what is the size that needs to be given? Okay, colors. Okay, whatever the background, whatever it is, the styles, whatever the styles that you need to give. So everything related to visuality. Okay, everything is related to the visual, how it should be visible. That will be decided. That will be given in this. Okay, that will be given in this head part. Okay, and the body part will be containing the content. The body part will be containing the content. So what content? Like hello world, if you want to display the hello world, how it should be written. Okay, so what is the names you want to visible? Okay, what is the tags, like what are the names you want to visible on the screen? So if you take this example, so here I have this. Let me take a new tab. Here I have this. I have this Google name. Okay, I want to write it. I want to write this Google name on my web page. So you will be using it by giving it in the body part. If you want this white color, if you want yellow color or orange color, any kind of a color, that will be given in the head part. That will be given in the head part, and the body part will be having the content itself. Okay, I want to Google. I want the Google text to be displayed. So that will be given in the body part, and the head part will be writing the styles of it. Styles and all will be giving it here. Okay, and whenever we are going to write the HTML code, there will be a first there will be a one line will be there. Doc type will be there. Before starting HTML code, there will be one doc type will be there. Let me write it. Okay, so the HTML will be having every time you start a HTML code. Whenever you are going to start a HTML code, you will be need to give this line doc type HTML. Okay, doc type HTML. What does it mean? This defines the specification. Version of the HTML code. Version of the HTML that you are using. Okay, it defines the version of the HTML that you are using. So that means we are using this doc type HTML is the latest version syntax. Okay, so that means we are using the HTML5 version. Here we are using the HTML5 version. After that, we'll be having HTML opening tag, and the last will be having HTML opening tag. And inside that, we'll be having two parts. One is header part, and the other one is body part. So inside the header tag, we'll be writing the styles and all. And inside this body part, we'll be writing the content and all. So this is the basic structure of the HTML. Okay, this is the basic structure of the HTML. And what is the page title you want to give it? What is the page title you want to give it? So for example, title, I'll write a title tag. Here I'll say that my first web page. Okay, my first web page. If I want to load it over the screen, okay, if I want to load it, so if I click on this browser symbol, it will automatically load it here. Okay, here you can observe here. the title that I have given there, it is visible here, my first web page. So the title will be given in the title tag, inside the title tag, inside the body head part. Inside the head part, we'll be giving the title tag, and inside it will be writing the content, whatever the content that we want to display. If I change it to web page courses, web development course. Okay, if I change it to web development course and save it and come back, so you'll be able to see this web development course. It is changed to the web development course. That means whatever the tab you, whatever the page that you're going to create, what should be the title of the page will be given it in the title tag under the head part, under the title tag, we'll be giving it here. Okay. So if I want to write something, I'll be writing it here. If I want to display the hello world, I'll say that hello world using the H1 tag. I'll write it and I'll save it here. You'll be able to see this hello world there. Okay, you'll be able to see the hello world here on the web page. So here we'll be writing the content of it, content. Here we'll be writing the specification. Okay, so this is what about the structure of the HTML. That is what about the structure of the HTML. And elements and tags we have seen. Now, coming to the next part, we'll see the first tag. Till now, we have seen all these 3 tags. Okay, this HTML tags we have seen. Okay, header tag we have seen, body tag we have seen, and title tag also we have seen. Now we'll start with the first tags of the actual content under the body part. Under the body part, there are multiple tags are there. First part is tag is header tags. First tags are header tags. Okay, what do you mean by header tags means? So for example, you are writing a web page, or if you're writing a resume, or like not a resume, if you're writing an essay, for example, you're writing an essay, what you'll do, you'll be keeping a heading, right? Okay, you'll be keeping a heading, middle heading first, you'll keep it. So the essay name, you'll be writing it. After that, you'll be writing multiple paras. For every para, you'll be writing a side heading, introduction, conclusion. Okay, para number 2, para number 3. So description and all like that, you'll be writing it. So that headings that we are giving it in the para, or start of the para or at the middle of the page, starting heading of the page, how to create those headings? We'll be using a tag called tags called header tags. Okay, there are around 6 tags under this header tags. One is H1 tag, H2 tag, H3 tag, H4 tag, H5 tag, and last one is H6 tags. So these are nothing but header tags. These are nothing but header tags. If you write H1 tag, you'll be able to see this header tag like this. It is like a side heading, bold character. It will be visible. In the same way, if you write H2 tag, okay, if you write H2 tag, it will also be like, it is also a header. Okay, it is also a header, but a little bit lesser size. It's a little bit lesser size. Likewise, in the same way, H3, H4, H5, and H6. These all are header tags with of different levels. Okay, these all are known as header tags with the different sizes. Okay, based on the size you increase, based on the size you decrease, the text size will be increased. If you reduce the tag number, if you increase the tag number, it will reduce the size of the tag. Okay, so these are nothing but header tags. These are used to head like as a side headings. You can use it for other purpose also, but these are generally to define the headings for any kind of a page, web page. Next one is paragraph page, paragraph tag, P tag. Next one is paragraph tag. So whenever you want to write a paragraph, okay, if you want to write a paragraph, we will be using this paragraph tag. So let me write a dummy para. I'll give a shortcut called lorem 30. Okay, I have given a shortcut called lorem 30. So under this, I have written a paragraph. Let me save it and come back. You'll be able to see the dummy paragraph, that is whatever you have created. So it will be visible like this. Okay, if I give lorem 100 or something. Okay, these shortcuts will not be working in all the places. Okay, only some places it will be working. So come back. So you'll be able to see this. I have the paragraph. Okay, if you want to write the paragraph, same paragraph in multiple places, Control V. Let me give it to every para. Control V, Control V. Yeah, I have written multiple paras here. So you'll be able to see this. So hello world, this is the side heading, first side heading, H1, H2 tag. Under this everything, we have a paragraph. Under this everything, we have a paragraph that you are able to see this. That you are able to see it over the this H1 tags. Okay. Paragraph tags. So another one more last one is comments. Till now, whatever I have written here, paragraph I have written, this is a comment. Okay, this is the comment. This is the comment. So how to write the comments? You will be giving it as less than symbol, single exclamation mark. Okay, so it will be like this. This is the comment. Okay, 2 hyphens, and the end will be having the arrow mark, and will be having the 2 hyphens with a greater than symbol. So this is like a comment. So just to give an expression, okay, just to give an description. That's a comment line. So if you want to write multiple lines, just give enter, and you can write it multiple ways. Control C. Okay, Control S, come back. You'll be able to see the comment lines. You'll not be able to see the comment lines. Okay, you'll not be able to see the comment lines over the web page. So this is about header tags. What is the structure of it? Okay, this is what we have discussed about. What is HTML? What are the needs and uses of HTML? Who discovered the HTML? Who designed the HTML, which is Berners-Lee in 1992? What is the HTML environment that we require? HTML components that we require? Structures and elements and tags. What are the tags? What do you mean by tag and an element? What do you mean by the heading tags or paragraph tag? And how to write the comments? These are the things we have seen till now. Okay, tomorrow we'll be looking into what is inline block and block tags. Are remaining a few more tags we'll see. Division tag, span tag, break and HR horizontal ruler tag. All this we'll see one by one in the coming classes. So now I'll take the doubts. If you're having any doubts, you can ask me. Let me stop the recording first. Yeah. Let me unmute. Yeah, if you're having any doubts, you can ask me now. Is it clear?
Clear, sir.
Clear. So what you'll do, just install the software. If you're using Visual Studio, you can just install the software.